Good morning. Not a problem. I'm pleased that you wanted to interview me, actually, and in response to your first question, what attracted me to the position? Well, I'd have to begin with the fact that I share your vision of making people's lives free from the fear of cancer as a life-threatening disease. It seems nowadays that there's a lot of taboo about cancer and that it's going to end all of your life and that kind of thing, but I want to make it seem as if it's like the influenza virus, something that's manageable for the patient and treatable for us. And also, another thing that attracted me to you is the fact that you're a world-leading specialist, and I feel as if I'd be at the forefront of all of the research taking place, and so I feel like that would be me tackling my goal as well as tackling yours, trying to progress the company, as to say. Why do you think? Why do I think that you should recruit me? I believe you should recruit me as you ask for someone enthusiastic and committed, and to be honest, I'm about as committed as they come. My part-time job whilst at university was working in Jack Wills, and at Christmas time they asked for a bunch of people to become till trained specialists. So we had things such as like having to take care of all the change, having to make sure that the customers are satisfied, having to make sure that the queues aren't too long, because all these things would add up, and in the end, if the customers don't want to be there, we don't want to be there, then we won't make the money, and so there's a lot of pressure on our shoulders. I mean, if we were to give the wrong change, it could hold up the queues, that kind of thing. So we're trying to make things go as smoothly and as efficient as possible. But at the same time, I was trying to make it seem so I was enthusiastic about the job, so I had to make sure that we was being friendly and interacting with the customers. So I guess I could say that I'm quite good at interacting with other people. So, like, that's another skill that I possess from the part-time job, is I'm quite forward-thinking. I'm able to communicate quite well. I can take on board what people have to say, and I feel that other skills that I've ascertained over the past couple of years is I've worked in a clinical trials office, so I know what's involved with the office. I know what's involved with the laboratories, so I know and understand what work would be required of me for this post. Do I have any weaknesses? Well, a weakness that I used to have was that I couldn't take criticism, constructive or otherwise. I used to think that people's opinions didn't matter, or that their opinions didn't aid in the matter of what I was undertaking. But then, after seeing how teamwork and everyone's input into a lab examination that we all had to take part in, I've seen that it was quite an ignorant viewpoint, and in fact that the aid of other people actually does help and continue to further my understanding and the way that I would work. And if I weren't to take on their viewpoints, I would fail the report and would fail how I would eventually get my grade for university. So I believe that now I'm able to take on the constructive criticism and make my work the best that it can be, and make my ability shine throughout of all of my work. Do I have any questions? I have two questions. I'd like to know how big a team I would be part of, and if I am to be a manager of some of those people within the team, how many of those I would be in charge of, so I can see the scale of that I could be working on. I would also like to know if there'd be any travelling within the company, so between labs within the country, or if there are labs outside of the UK, would I be travelling to overseas labs, or if there are partners that we are partners with, obviously, if we would have meetings, that kind of thing, overseas, or if they would come to us, that kind of thing. I'd like to know how much travelling there would be, because it's quite important to me to stay focused in one place. So I'd also like to know, sorry to add a third question, if there would be much work in a laboratory at one time, like at months at a time, or at years at a time. And no problem, my pleasure to come along. Thank you very much for interviewing me, and thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you.